looks like there is some technical problem, and I'm not very sure whether you are getting the feed or not. So I'll try to reboot the system, which may take a minute or two. Or if there is somebody, Vivek, can you check up if you can see me on live? Because here it is not showing anything. So if you can just check up if it is coming or not. There seems to be some technical problem. I am not very sure. If you people can see me, just show me a like or something so that I know people can see. Okay, now I think it is coming because I can see the live on is going on. Okay, so coming back to welcome to Shambhala. And yeah, okay, I can see Netra is there, and I'm sure that other people will also join shortly. So before the people, okay, I can see Vikas Kumawat also. So while people are coming, let me again explain to you the concept of Shambhala. Okay, Vibha also is here. Fine. Okay, there was some technical problem, and that is the reason I was not able to go live, maybe for 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Now, what exactly is Shambhala? Shambhala is a mythical place uh, where the people of extremely pure nature and values are supposed to inhabit. It's a pure place. It is a place where the ordinary will not get entry. It is a place where people people who want to grow in the life, people who want to uh, become humble and pure. Uh, Shambhala is a place for that. But let me also tell you that I am not talking of sainthood, or I am not talking of the sannyas type of thing. The Shambhala will have all the luxuries, it will have all the pleasures of life, but it will not have the greed, it will not have the anger, it will not have the jealousy and other related emotions, etc. So, yeah, now I can see there are a lot more people coming. Welcome to all of you. It is not possible for me to take the names, but I can see a good amount of people have already gathered here. Thank you very much. So, coming back to the concept of Shambhala, why did I start this Shambhala in the first place? Uh, the reason for starting this Shambhala was that I was seeing there is huge amount of people, irrespective of whether they are rich or poor or middle class, uh, they are very self-centered. They are not bothered about the neighbor or the society or the country we live in. For each of us, we and our immediate family, and the immediate family means the children, uh, maybe sometimes parents, because I am seeing the trend in which the parents, once the children are grown up, whether they're married and they have their own children, uh, it does not come in the immediate family. It becomes extended family, and so does the cousins and the uncles and the aunts, etc., which was previously, maybe around 50 years back, it was all supposed to be one family. Now, this focus on self, from where it comes? It comes from the understanding that if I don't look after myself, uh, I will not be looked after, which means that I have to be safe, I have to be secure, and if I don't do that, I am going to land up in problem. My children will not be able to uh, gain, even the basic living, etc. Now, with this thought process, there is a lot of fear in the mind that what happens? Can we be abandoned if we are not looking after ourselves? Now, that's the reason the Stambhala's posts also, if you see, we have confined our post to something which is positive. Uh, in Sambhala, the idea is to bring you to the positivity so that you have got great faith, not only in yourself but also in the society, in the world, or in the God. You should never feel abandoned. You should never feel that people are not there to look after you. That is the concept of Sambhala. Now we have a membership of around 350, 400, etc. And I want the community to grow up, maybe to the thousands, lakhs, millions, etc. And this will be, very soon, depending upon how you people take the propagation of it. And the rules will be extremely simple. I'll be making the details of what Samhala means and what all we are supposed to do in our personal life. And let me tell you that there is absolutely nothing, it's not like getting out at 4:30 in the morning and doing 2 hours of meditation, etc. It is absolutely nothing like that. It will be so simple. Like if you remember last time, I told you people about meditation. that how creation can be done, for 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So similarly, I'll be giving you a list of doables which you'll be surprised and say, what the hell? I mean, this is a child's work, and it is actually a child's work. And I want you people all to become like a child, the innocence of a child, the enthusiasm of a child, the forgiving nature of a child. Everything should be there. So when you are growing up, we are forgetting all our child's qualities itself. Okay, so this is all Shambhala. Now let me also tell you that today we have completed exactly 1 month of the Shambhala life hacks and the Shambhala lockdown 2 post. In Shambhala life hacks, which lasted for 21 days and in which we had 3 video sessions, we actually talked about concept. We talked about the concepts of the fear, of the anger, of growth, success. We talked of self-talk. There are a lot of things which we talked about, including your dreams and you are just like me, your beliefs, and of course we finished with the meditation and the gratitude. Now these things were basically told to you to make you understand that the life is really not that difficult if you can understand it. And when we started this lockdown too, if you can remember, the first course itself was understanding our own mind. When we understand our own mind, the world becomes extremely simple. And when the world becomes extremely simple, your dreams come true faster because you start having faith in the other people. You start having faith in the system. You start having faith in the society. You start having faith in your administrator, your boss, your friends, your family, everybody. And once you start, and not only that, you start having faith in yourself, your own ability. And that is where we talked about accept and love yourself. We also talked about the irrelevance of the past and knowledge is overrated. And if you can recall the different posts which we did in 10 days, it is all about that today when we are sitting here and when we are talking to each other, absolutely nothing matters which has already happened. Whether you have been successful or whether you have been a failure or whether you have been a mediocre, till date, whatever has happened, it actually does not depend on that from today, what you plan to do. And let me tell you some very basic things, irrespective of, whether you have money or not money, whether you are very intelligent or you're not intelligent, etc. What I'm going to tell you today has got nothing to do with what you have, and it has got everything which will demand your attention. When I say attention, which means the concentration, of your mind, and that's all. Nothing else is needed. Just 3 days back, we started talking about 2 or 3 things which has not been taught in the schools and the colleges, and those were, the thinking, uh, conversation, or talking, you can say, and listening. Now, all these 3 things, they are 100% in your control. Thinking is something which may not be your control in the beginning, but talking is definitely in your control, listening is definitely your control. So let's begin with the basic thing is that when you talk, what happens and what are the different type of talks. You people may or may not be aware, people who are very close to me, they will be aware that there is something known as conversational intelligence now. And conversational intelligence is a type of intelligence which people previously were only bothered about, your mental intelligence or your mathematical intelligence or your emotional intelligence, etc. But conversational intelligence concept basically talks that your life is made on what you speak and how you speak. You reason this conversation is divided into 3 different types. The first is transactional. I want something from you, so I tell you that you give me this, and you give me that, or you answer something, whether it's a question or a query or anything. So first is transactional. Second is positional. I'm senior to you. I can tell you something, and you got no option but to do that. In that, you do it because you just can't. You don't have the option to say no to me. So the first is transactional. The second is positional, and the third is transformational. Now, what happens in transformational talks? In transformational talks, whatever I tell you, it raises a kind of hope, a faith in you that yes, I can be better, I can grow, things are possible. Now, this had to be done from both sides. It is not that I'm trying to transform you positively, and you are trying to degrade me or denigrate me by telling things which are not very nice to look to listen to. So in your talk, whatever you plan to talk, I'm sure that if you uh, start being a bit slow in your responses, etc., it will, irrespective of what is the situation, irrespective of what is the surrounding, irrespective of what is the provocation which has given to you by somebody or some event, etc., what do you respond should be under your control. This is something you need to work on. In this, nobody can help you. Your parents can't help you. Your family can't help you. Your friends can't help you. You have to have this control that I will not speak something which will create the scene from bad to worse. I will speak something which is going to give a solution to the issue itself. Initially, it will be not very simple. Let me tell you, there's nothing is simple in the beginning. Everything is difficult in the beginning, and slowly, slowly, with a matter of practice, everything becomes easy. And that you realize when you start walking and when you start taking cycling or swimming or even any language or any subject for that matter. Initially, everything is difficult. So if you're trying to do something good in your life, initially it will be difficult. Don't bother about that. Nothing is simple in the beginning. Now, when you have this control on what you are going to talk and is it transformational or not, or transformational or not, that you have to keep a track. And then once you understand that whatever you are talking is making a great difference between the relationship which you have with the other person with whom you are talking, whether it is your husband or wife, your child, your boss, or your parents, etc. Every conversation matters. Every sentence, every word which we choose. We may be talking very casually, but let me tell you that the person who is listening, he will catch up only those words which which can provoke him most of the time. No, people are looking for uh, how can I defend in this particular talk. So that is where the second point comes in, the listening. Listening is again 100% in your control. When you listen, uh, please listen. Look at the person. Try to 100% concentrate on the person's body talk, his facial expressions, his choice of words and sentences, etc. Try to understand that why the person who is saying whatever they are saying, uh, from where it comes. Are they offended, or are they very happy with me, or they have got a grudge, they have to complain against me, or they are suggesting something? Please do not respond unless you have completely understood what is being taught. And that is where listening comes in the picture. And if you have not understood, for God's sake, ask again that I have not understood what is actually you mean. And you ask in a tone which shows that you are trying to understand. It is not just asking. No, you can't hit it like what the hell you are saying. No, it's not. Repeat it again. It does not work like that. You have to ask very peacefully and very coolly that no, I could not understand that what you wanted. So can you repeat that? And when you bring that particular type of tone in your conversation with whomever, even if somebody is angry, they also cool down, because people who know neuroscience will know that there is something known as mirror neurons. So what is my mood? It gets actually reflected in the other people's mood, especially to whom we are talking, and that is the reason you will find that in a talk of two people, if one is angry and the second is not angry, the first sooner or later becomes peaceful. And if the second person also becomes angry, then basically it keeps on going on. There is no end to that. So we have talked about talking and we have talked about listening. Now the third most important thing is thinking. Now, thinking comes from what you are observing, because whatever you observe, you basically convert that into languages, which comes into your mind as thoughts, and slowly it comes as your statements, or your communications, etc. Now, when you are thinking, my suggestion will be that do not think from at least three angles. Three angles in the sense that okay, what is good in the statement, what is bad in the statement, and from a can I look at this statement from a third person's angle who is not either pro or anti of the statement. In fact, if you want to further go in the details, there are books on by Mr. Edward de Bono which talks of 6 thinking hats, in which he suggests that all thinking should be done in 6 different ways, and then only you can come to know whether your thinking is right or not. Now, if you okay, so if you talk in a very uh, what should I say, mindful fashion, a very great awareness fashion. You talk with great consciousness, which means you are aware of what you are doing. When you listen, you should be aware that what are you listening, rather than trying to reply to the person. And even when you are thinking, you have to think again that why I am thinking like this, why I am getting happy by this, why I am getting sad by this, and that is where your understanding of mind will come. Now, these 3 things, if you start doing that, you actually don't need anything else. Because when you start talking very consciously, when you start listening very consciously, when you start thinking very consciously, your entire demeanor changes, your entire personality changes. The place where you go, people can make out there is a difference which has come in you. And that difference makes you acceptable to wherever you go and talk to. People will not be afraid of there. People will be looking forward to meeting you and having discussions with you, because they will start seeing that you are actually interested in listening to what they are saying, and you are actually interested in talking to them what grows them in addition to you. Most of the time currently we are talking of our own growth. We want to make sure that we take advantage of each and every situation, each and every individual, and sometimes it happens in the family also. Not a very nice thing, but then that is how the life is, and that is what people say that it is Kali Yuga all about. But in this Kali Yuga, I want to make a Shambhala, and I'm very sure that with all of you's help, we will be able to create a Shambhala which will have very simple rules, which will be extremely simple for you people to follow. But that is for later on. As of now, we are talking about that how do you grow from here? Because as of now, if you have not realized your dream, you are actually not interested in Shambhala. You will be saying that, okay, these are good for a talk, but where is my car? Where is my house? Where is my children's clothes? And where is my foreign tools, etc., etc. Now, this dream of yours will also start coming true if you become extremely conscious of what you are talking, what you are listening, and what you are thinking. This will basically prove that you are fully aware of what is happening to you, what they call in now. So when you are listening, you know exactly that I'm sitting with so and so who is talking on this particular subject, and what they are talking, I'm listening word by word, and I'm trying to understand that from where these talks are coming. Is the person afraid, or is the person in full josh, or is the person is completely happy about telling what he's telling or she's telling to me? Now, this awareness itself, or this mindfulness itself, can make the growth in your life very simple and very easily achievable. In USA, the MBAs, they have started including this in the post, in the courses, and which they talk of mindfulness. Mindfulness is nothing but the awareness which you are putting off in each and every activity which you are doing, whether you are eating, or whether you are drinking, or whether you are standing on the walking. I remember one of my friends, she asked me that, what exactly when you say that mindful eating, what can be the mindful eating? Because she had read a lot of places that we should even eat mindfully, and then I explained to her that mindful eating is your being completely aware of the action of eating, which will basically mean that, no, okay, my hand is going, my fingers have picked up the vegetable, they have also picked up some rice, and my hand with rice and vegetable is going in my mouth, and then I'm chewing now, and I have done the second chewing and the third chewing. So it is basically a breakup of the things. Each and every action which you are doing is basically you are focusing on that. You are giving your attention to this entire act. That, okay, I'm chewing now. I'm picking the rice. I'm picking the vegetable, which means that you are in 100% now. And when you are in that now, when you are in that present, your mind will not be wavering in the past or in the future that, I had eaten this, or no, I could eat this, etc., etc. And your efficiency actually comes from the present. So when you can mindfully eat, you can mindfully work. When you are working mindfully, what happens? you are not distracted. When you are working mindfully, you know exactly what you are supposed to do, and you also know that what you are supposed to do, you are doing that or not. Because when you are mindful yourself, you will also know your own limitations, your own drawbacks, and whether you are doing the jobs properly or not. Now you see what is happening. Simple acts of talking and listening and thinking is leading you to a state of mindfulness, which is consciousness, which is bringing you in the present, etc., which is making you more efficient, which is making you more like able to your bosses or subordinates or colleagues, etc. And there is no way that your performance will not go up. And what happens when your performance goes up? When your performance goes up, so your performance, definitely you have an elevated position in the company in which you are working, because you are a changed person now. You are not interested in criticizing anyone. You are not criticizing, or rather making excuses for the things which you have not done. You accept yourself truthfully. You tell others truthfully that what needs to be done and what needs to be done. You are willing to listen to the problem which people have, and in that your complete surrounding will change. People will start acknowledging what you are doing, and everything in life, it's not only which is corona is infectious, everything is infectious. Your laugh is infectious, your sadness is infectious, everything. So when you change your behavior, even that behavior will be infectious. People will start following you in your talk. At least with you, they'll be extremely honest, they'll be extremely forthright, they'll not try to cheat you, they'll not try to do anything to you, but the lead has to come from you. Most of us, we don't take the lead. We expect other people to be extremely good to us, and then we decide whether, okay, now the person is good to us, can I be good to them or not? That does not work in our life. I know I'm more than 62 years old now, and I see that it works every time. When you are not biased, the other person picks up in no time. I would say that they pick up in just 2 to 3 minutes time, because that is how it helped me in marketing my company for like roughly 23, 24 years. Wherever I went, I was accepted by the customers who had absolutely no reason to welcome me, to accept me in their life, but they did. And because they could see sooner or later that I am not talking about my business at all. I am talking about that how I can help them in their business in the least possible cost. Okay, and that is how you build trust. That is how you build growth, because then people will start trusting in you, and that goes not only for the customer, it goes also for your family, because the family is the first team which you are handling. People, lot of people, corporate people, they talk about they talk about the team building exercise and this that. But let me tell you that the first team which you are exposed to is your family, which includes your father and mother, your sister, your brother. And if you can cooperate with that team, if you can understand them, your team building in a corporate world becomes extremely simple. But initially ages, maybe in the child, we are not that mature to understand the implications of all these things. But today, when I'm talking to you, I'm very sure that you can relate to what I'm saying, and I only hope that you people make it a point to follow even 10% of what I'm suggesting to you, which is very simple things like talking and listening and thinking and being aware of the present moment. So let me see that. Okay, uh, so let's talk of uh, two things which I am going to talk to you now. The focus and your life starts now. Now let's say that what is your focus? And I think we have talked about focus in the previous Facebook Live also. Your focus is basically where you're observing, what where your attention goes, because it is old saying that wherever your attention goes, your energy goes there. Now, if your attention goes to a negative thing, your energy goes in a negative side, and when your attention goes to a positive thing, uh, it goes in a positive way. Now, let's talk of focus. Now, let's talk of, since we are in lockdown period. Let's say that how do you observe at this lockdown? A lot of good things are happening, a lot of bad things are happening. Good thing is happening is you're safely in your house, you're eating, you're enjoying your life, and maybe there might be some reduction in the salary, etc. But mostly you're getting your salary, you are safe. Okay, this is the positive aspect of the lockdown. What is the negative aspect? You can write a lot of things. I can't go to movies, I can't meet my friends, I can't do this, that, etc., etc. So what are you focusing on will decide what is your mental state. And I'm sure you people must be, reading the newspaper and seeing the television, which says that a lot of people are getting depressed sitting in the house. I find it a very, very intriguing thing for me because I'm enjoying my stay in my, in my house. And okay, fine enough. There are certain things which I'm missing, but there are certain things, a lot of things which I'm doing now. Like let me tell you, and I think my wife is also listening. I have started, learning how to cut vegetable, how to wash utensils, etc., which was not doing. Now these are the positive things which one has to learn. And you see on the TV, there are a lot of people who are actually taking movies of like I was watching today, Remo, the dancer, the choreographer, he was brooming his house with a pocha. Now we are basically adapting ourselves to a different way of life that what we are used to, and that actually can be told as coming out of the comfort zone, which is extremely important for the growth. Now, if you can come out of the comfort zone because of Corona, I'm very sure that when Corona finishes and when you get back in your normal lifestyle, you are again should not have any problem in coming out of your comfort zones, which means that you will be ready to scale new barriers, you will be ready to try to do new things, etc., which will further grow you and which will further be an instrument of your growth. Okay, now I don't see that a lot of people are here, but I don't see any questions coming up. So we still have a couple of minutes of time and can have a session all together. And before any question comes, sorry, let me also tell you that irrespective of whatever has happened in the life in the past, whether you have been good or bad, whether you have been successful, not successful, whether your dreams have realized or not, please start today. When I say today means right now. So after the live, when it is finished, when you're talking to your friends, watch what you're talking. When they tell you something, watch what they're listening. When you are listening to them, you see where your mind is taking you. Is it making you angry or is it making you happy? Focus on the thing that why it is making you angry and why it is making you happy. Try to understand your own mind, because once you understand your own mind, understanding everything else becomes extremely simple. There is absolutely no is like your mind. The way your mind works, almost everybody's mind will work. Everybody wants love, everybody wants affection, nobody wants pain, nobody wants poverty, nobody wants misery. So if the goals are same of both, you and somebody else, as far as the likings and desires are concerned, the content might be different. Somebody might want a particular type of car, you might want a particular type of motorcycle, you might want a house, but everybody basically is looking for for fulfillment of their dreams. So this can start today itself if you start focusing on these four things: you're talking, you're listening, you're thinking, you're being in the moment, and you're being in the now, and starting from today, forgetting everything, whatever happened in the past so far. Now, with that, I think 15 for talk is over, and the closing time is 2200. So thank you very much. And I'm not saying that I am closing it down. I'm simply saying that thank you very much for the lovely, attention which you people have given me, and I hope that you have taken something out of that. Or if maybe you have not been able to take out, I would suggest you see the video again, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, on Sunday. Try to understand that what I meant when I told about your talking, your listening, your thinking process, and your being in the now, and you are starting from today. All the best to you, and I'll keep on coming back to you with different posts on a daily basis, and I'll get back to you live also on 3rd of May, which is hopefully, as of now, the last day of lockdown. Thank you very much, and good night.